This mic is so heckin' heavy. Howdy, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're gonna take a look at the Fifine TANK6S. Special shout out to Fifine, longtime friends of the channel, for supplying this extremely heavy microphone. It's not in here. I've taken it out because I can't flail this box around with it in it. It's very heavy duty. I'm very excited to kind of compare this to what is currently my favorite mic, the Fifine the K688 with the boom arm. Now, if you want to see what's inside this box, I've posted a real quick unboxing on my socials. I'll link that in the description. But for the most part, let's get everything kind of put on my desk. I'm gonna connect via XLR into my UA Volt, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off all my compressors here. So let's get that set up. I'll be right back. Real quick, I want to go ahead and throw some specs up. I'll also include these in the description if you want to get a little bit more detail on the ins and outs of this thing. But for the most part, this is just like every single other Fifine microphone. We have inputs for your XLR, your USB, and your headphones out in case you want to monitor on your microphone directly. This is pretty clutch when you're using something like a Pocket 3 and you want to hear playback without having to unplug the USB cord from the machine. On one side, you have your volume and your monitor output, and that's going to be mainly for your USB. You're not going to use that for XLR. The stand is super heavy duty, super heavy, all metal. It's quite amazing. Setting it up is pretty simple. It's all basically just twisting and tightening, and that's honestly really it. It's pretty quick. You can be set up in just a few moments if you really needed to be super speedy with things. Okay, here we are with the TANK6S. So it's the TANK6. The S is the stand that comes with it. The very, very heavy duty stand. The whole thing is metal. Everything's metal quickly, or you're able to adjust this pretty quickly. So if you need to do anything on the fly, you don't have to worry too much about that. And the best thing of all, in my opinion, is how heckin' portable it is. Now, don't get me wrong. This right here, why do I want to keep saying KC? The K688, still my favorite mic. I love the boom arm. I love the aesthetic. I love the audio quality. I cannot complain. But I can't pick this up very easily and take it to, a location and, shoot a podcast. I can't move it to a different desk. I can't set up a different computer and so on and so forth. But this comes in a lot more clutch, and it kind of takes a bit less space on the desk, let's be honest. So this is kind of something I'm going to have to really consider if I want to keep a desk. If I want to keep a mic like this on my desk, or if I want to, stick with the good old streaming boom arm. I don't know. But first, let's compare the two, since I have both of these hooked up right now. So each microphone is hooked up to my UA Volt 76. I have no compressors turned on, so you're basically hearing the mic going through my UA Volt 76. And this is what you're hearing. No post-processing or anything like that. I'm going to note everything in one of these corners. We'll figure it out. Which mic is with which. Obviously, right now we have the TANK6, and you're hearing it right now. What do you think? What do I think? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've been using this for a couple weeks now, and I do really like it. I've used it over this microphone here, and I'm gonna tell you why in a few minutes here. But first, let's go ahead and switch over to the K688 so you can kind of hear that audio. Actually, they're both connected, so let's just move things. Okay, here we are. We're on the K688. This is my favorite microphone right now. It's been on my desk for several months at this point, and and at this point, it's really just my go-to mic. I have several other mics that I like to use, but I just really like this one. I'm running through my UA Volt 76 with the XLR cable here. Now, do you notice any difference? Again, with the same as the TANK6, there's no compressor on, there's nothing like that, no post-processing or anything like that. So if you're hearing like any of the ambient noise, you're hearing what you hear. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's switch back. Okay, let's go over some final thoughts here. So I did use this one for another video. My last video, if you didn't catch it, I'll link that in the description as well. But that's kind of where I wanted to test things out before we did this video here. I wanted to get a little bit more familiar with the microphone before we did this one, because I usually kind of do a first impressions kind of video, but I'm a big fan of portability and heavy duty things, because I tend to break a lot of my gear just from use. You know, I want to grab something and I want to throw it in my bag, or I want to move things quickly because I have to set up for the next project. Whatever reason I have, I tend to roughhouse my gear a lot. So something like this is going to come in super clutch. Now, I don't know if it's going to stay on my desk or not. I want to keep it on a boom arm, so it's probably going to stay on my desk. But I think for right now, what's going to happen is it's going to stay on my desk towards the back here, ready to go. So I can just pull it to the side and do this, because that's kind of what I did for my last video. I didn't really want to set up a bunch of stuff, so I just plugged this right in, use this mic straight into this camera here, and it worked wonderfully. I love the audio quality out of this thing. Honestly, the K688, the audio kind of, it's a little bit higher. The registers are a little bit more in the mids and the highs, like the upper mids, lower highs, around there. This has got a little bit more warmth, a little bit more body, a little bit more low end, which is kind of what I end up doing in post. In fact, let's add a little bit more post-processing here. And this is basically, this is not basically, this is literally what I would put into my edits after, after doing all the fun stuff in Premiere Pro. With that said, I honestly think this is probably going to end up on my stand. I'm gonna switch this out, and I'm probably gonna keep this one on here just because I like the audio quality a lot more. Not that this is bad, but this is a little bit of more a prosumer. It's marketed a little bit more prosumer. It's a little bit higher in the price tag. You're paying for that heavy duty build. You're paying for the extra quality that you would get over something like this. Not that this is a bad mic. I cannot stress this enough. This is an amazing mic. It's been on my stand for months. But I do really like this quality. Here, I'll be right back. This is my Shure mic that I used to use. It was one of my first mics that I got, my first XLR mics that I got. It used to be my favorite mic, but aside from the 688, I think this is probably going to be my go-to mic from now on, just because the audio quality is so good. So good. It's gonna stay here on the stand, that way you can just pick it up and grab it and go and start recording. I love that I can plug this in USB to either my laptop, mainly my Pocket 3 here. It's perfect. It makes it so much easier to get really good audio without having to mess with a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna put this up and I'll be right back. So that is going to just about wrap things up for today. Let me know what you think of the two. You know my opinion. This is gonna replace this at least for a little bit. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna take this with me, so I'm gonna have to come to terms with if I'm gonna keep it as a portable option or if I'm gonna keep it as my permanent option. For now, we're gonna keep it on the desk as my modular option, but I've been using this primarily, so it really is gonna be my main mic for the foreseeable future. Questions, comments? I will link everything in the description. If you want to grab one for yourself, you can get one on Amazon for pretty. It's not the most cheap mic, but it's pretty cheap for what it does. And always keep an eye out for a good sale or anything like that, but not too bad. Questions, comments? Let me know. I will do my best to answer. I've been using this on both USB and XLR, so if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer from what I know, from what I've used. I gotta go. Like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. You do you. Stay tuned for more gear. Stay tuned for more photos. Stay tuned for more analog garbo. I'm so stoked for the next video. All right. Like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, I don't care. You do you. I gotta go. Okay, bye.